Okay, let's go, Bapak Ibu. Okay, so yeah, apa in the last course, yeah, you try to analyze 4 different types of positivist paper. Yeah, so at the essence of positivist research, yeah, from my perspective, yeah, I may interpret it differently than the other. Yeah, in essence, you come up and you come to and then you also observe the surroundings, find click in a phenomenon, and before the theoretical conceptual model alongside with hypothesis proposition, and then after the hypothesis statement is already stated explicitly, then it is a matter whether you will choose qualitative, quote unquote, qualitative avenue or quantitative avenue. Yeah, in this course, I would like to start with a very simple underlying logic, yeah, which is simple regression. Of course, yeah. Why? Yeah, because yeah, like learning anything. My smallest kid now is learning swimming. First, he try to regulate his breathing, yeah, hold his breath down to inside the pool, and then come up again, yeah, exhale. Once it's already okay, start to right arm, and then try to coordinate. Yeah, here we go. We have freestyle. Yeah, so it is for me it is counterintuitive if you swim beautiful freestyle butterfly stroke. It's impossible. That's why I like to start with simple stages. Yeah, so I think you already got also this this material from the previous course. Yeah, which is regression analysis. Yeah, regression analysis. Why do we learn this? Yeah, in essence, just a moment. Yeah. Yeah, as like I said before, ya. Mana ini? Kenapa ini jadi begini ya? Regression. Salah, bukan yang ini, sorry. Just a moment. This is not what I meant. Desktop, not this one, but sorry. Simple explanatory regression. So I finalize my slide 11:08. So I spend my half day. Yeah. So if you are confused, yeah, of course. Yeah. Pak Rani, then Butarigan, maybe see the material for the first time, or maybe second time. I already practice and still practice before class. Maybe I believe more than 15 times. So the difference between you and me is just a matter of practice. Yeah. Okay. So why do we do linear regression? Yeah. In terms of positivists, yeah. Usually, yeah, you would like to test the validity, yeah, on the connection between independent variable and dependent. Yeah. Depend on. Like here, for example. Yeah. Job performance. That is influenced by you can say. Sorry. Just a moment. Yeah. So here you can state, for example, this is your concept. Job satisfaction has positive relationship with job performance. Yeah. And then another hypothesis, for example, salary satisfaction has, significant positive relationship with job performance, for example. Yeah. So the research question come to literature review, and then you formulate explicit hypothesis. After the hypothesis is already stated, then you come to the field, for example, using questionnaire, and then you, for example, this is job satisfaction, and then, for example, this is salary satisfaction, and then, for example, this is job performance, right? Gimana sih? Why? Ayo, kenapa tadi jalan sekarang nggak jalan ya? Ke pensil dulu, ini, terus gimana? Benar ya. And then, what you do, this is a very simple, ini, a very simple data set. Kenapa gitu? And then, this is respondent one. Let's say, Butarigan, how satisfied are you with your current job from scale 1 until 10? From 1 until 10. 9. How satisfied are you with the salary? 7. And then, for example, Butarigan is sales manager, and then within the region, monthly he can sell, for example, 100 cars. And then second, Pak Ahirul. How satisfied are you with your job, current job, from 1 to 10 or 6? Right? How satisfied are you with the salary? I don't really like the job, but the salary is very good. For example. I would grade it 9. And then, for example, the job performance is, Pak Ahirul is responsible for area, also automotive company. He managed to sell it. And then how to validate, how to reject or not to reject the hypothesis is simply, for example, salary satisfaction. This is salary satisfaction. Salary satisfaction. You simply, so this is Butarigan, salary satisfaction 1, 2, 3, 4 until 9, let's say. And then the job performance is 100. And then, okay, this is the dot of Ibu Tarigan, data point Tarigan. And then this is the so this is 9 and, and then the second one, salary is here. The second one maybe Pak Ahiro. Maybe 6, this is salary. 6, 6. And then the job, the performance of the sales is 80. And then you got a dot of the data point of Pak Ahiro. As the data points becoming more and more, of course you will have many data points, right? And then from that data point, you can draw, quote unquote, interpolation line representing the relationship between two variables. So for example, the interpolation line is like this. So regression, it is just an interpolation line of this dot. And then you see whether the line has a specific inclination, whether the inclination is significant or not. yeah, if, yeah, usually if, yeah, the line is like this, yeah, they have a positive relationship. But if the dot is like this, yeah, then it means that, yeah, the higher the salary satisfaction doesn't really matter to the performance. But this one, for example, the higher the salary satisfaction, the lower the performance. So in principle, ya cuma gitu aja. Ya, so hypothesis, and then, yeah, and then you collect the data, and then collect the data, you make a scatter plot, quote unquote, and then you make an interpolation line, which is the regression line, to prove whether, yeah, there is significant relationship on. That's it. In simplistic manner. Yeah. So simple linear regression is a statistical method that allows us to summarize study relation between two continuous variables. Yeah. In continuous variable, meaning that the y or the dependent variable is continuous numeric variable, and then the x variable is also numeric continuous. Numeric. Yes, that's why 1 until 10. 1, yeah, for example, this scale, 1 until 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 10. Yeah, 1, 2, 3. So this is, yeah, when the two axes are continuous, then we use regression. Could it be that the independent variable is not continuous? Then? Oh, very well. For example, yeah, the hypothesis is like this. For example, okay, sorry. Yeah, for example, job performance, yeah, is influenced by the, for example, or have a relationship with, yeah, for example, transportation class ticket, yeah, transportation. So for example, whether somebody, yeah, is traveling using economy class, business class, or first class. Then what you do is that the job performance is continuous, news, and then the, yeah, job performance, and then the independent variable is categorical, yeah. In this case, yeah, okay, this is economy, this is business, this is first class, yeah, and then what you do usually, you can do ANOVA. Yeah, so different type of independent variable and different type of dependent variable determine what type of statistical tools that you have to apply. Yeah, so t-test, ANOVA, MANOVA. Unfortunately, we don't have time to review that. Yeah, but yeah, but if your dependent variable is independent variable is categorical, then you have to apply a t-test or ANOVA. Yeah, regression, yeah, is for both the dependent and independent is continuous. Yeah, if not, yeah, so if continuous, of course we can, yeah, like this, yeah, the scatter plot is like this. But if it is categorical, actually it is like this. Yeah, actually this is not not fully continuous, yeah, but you know what I mean. Yeah, there will be a compartment in which yeah, there will be an empty slot between the data. Yeah. So simple regression statistical method that allows us to summarize and study relationship between two continuous variables. One dependent variable denoted as x is as the independent variable. X is independent, and then the y is dependent variable. Depend on something. Independent Ya, it's not depending on anything. Ya, jadi biasanya memang Y itu untuk dependent variable, Y is for dependent variable, and X is for independent variable. Very easy ya. Bu, easy. Ya, easy. Kalau adik nggak jadi mudah, saya nggak semangat nih. Saya cuma ngomong 3 jam terus adik nggak ngerti apa-apa. Mending saya nonton Bobo Boy sama anak saya atau Ipin Upin itu. Ya, apain? Habisin waktu ya. Oke ya. Ini gini ya. Gimana caranya? Gini ya. Sorry. Ya, any question? Yeah. That is a good question. Yeah. Actually, this portrayal, these two boxes inferring causality. But causality means if something happened, if, for example, if I pick, for example, if the effect of heroin, for example, heroin on manic depression. Yeah. So if somebody consume heroin, then the manic depression, depression, he will be depressed. We can, it's usually on the medical research. If you do something, it is causing something. But the integration, that's why I'm not saying causing, but positive relationship, because we don't know exactly whether something is causing something until we do experiment. Yeah. So and then a moderating variable is also because it could be that, for example, the grade, this one, for example, the number of or the hour, of study, and then final grade. So this is a causal relationship. But for example, this is, we put another variable, for example, uang jajan, pocket money. Pocket money atau allowance, pocket money. Moderating variable. I don't know whether it has positive. If somebody doesn't study, then of course the grade will go down, because study is a causing factor of something going on. But if, for example, somebody doesn't have any pocket money at all, whether the grade will go up or go down directly, if the effect is not directly causing and only stimulating, then it is a moderating variable. Jadi dulu ayah saya gitu. Dari kelas 3, wah ini biar misalnya bikin olahraga dengan kerja, nggak dikasih uang jajan sama sekali, kasih 50 rupiah. Saya nggak tahu, adik tahu nggak? Dulu ada yang namanya klip sama tik. Saya cuma beli klip 2 ini. Tapi benar, gara-gara itu saya jadi ranking terus lah, karena nggak ini. Habis itu ibu saya kasihan di sisa ini. Habis itu duit jajan nambah, turun lagi gitu. Jadi tapi apakah pocket money ini yang menyebabkan nilai saya naik turun? Enggak, mungkin gara-gara stimulating. Jadi ini bukan, kalau di kasus saya, in my case, the pocket money is negative. So the smaller the pocket money, I tend to focus more on studying. Then it be apa independent variable. I think the apa in philosophy it's different. Jadi more stimulating. Nah sekarang, ibu kan ekonomis ya. Gimana dengan bantuan langsung tunai? Ya, itu moderating atau costing? Jadi kan kita di akademik. Ya udah nanti masyarakat tenang. Tapi apakah kemudian akan hilang itunya? Betul. Ya, if BLT or apa direct cash support for the people is in this, ya, economic stability will be higher. But whether economic stability is that apa is caused by bantuan langsung tunai, ya enggak, cuma stimulating aja. Mungkin. Okay. So this is okay. And then I already told you that we come out to the field, pick some data, and this is become each of the respondent will become a data point, and then regression in principle is just make interpolation line, representing the data points, in which linear regression explain and predict a response or dependent variable based on a linear relation with a predictor, with a independent variable. So linear regression is actually just a representation, linear representation describing the relationship between the independent and. Jadi kamu regresi itu cuma titik-titik aja. Kenapa saya tahunya bukan S1? Kalau enggak saya S1-nya udah kumlot ya. Enggak kesulit. Ya, mungkin kebanyakan main dulu. Saya baru ngerti pas waktu saya. Kebanyakan main yang benar. Jadi main terus otak saya dulu. Main habis kuliah main ini, main ini. Acau. Apa ya? Tentunya Tuhan kita maha pemaaf ya, jadi asli. Kalau Tuhan kita maha galak, wah udah jadi batu saya. Ya benar, that's fine. Jadi and then regression best fitting straight line for the scatter plot between dependent variable and independent. Jadi secara filosofi gampang sekali. Here, what I display, for example, advertisement budget on the field. Budget, and then the dot is extracted from historical spending of a company. For example, in 2000, we spent 200 million, and then, for example, where do the data came from? For example, we have historical data. For example, in year 2000, we spend 200 million rupiahs, and then this is the X, and then the sales, for example, 20 billion rupiahs. And then in year 2001, we spent 300 million, and then the sales 25 billion. And then for each of the data point, we make a dot, dot becomes a dot here, and then as the data quantity become more and more, then we can make a interpolation line. Jadi intinya gampang sekali ya. Ternyata mudah sekali. The problem is not the problem. Regression, actually inside the computer you can make a lot of the computer are making several candidates of line, for example, the blue one, and then the purple one, and then what, and then the computer will select, yeah, the line, yeah, with which having the minimum deviation between the line and the actual data. So if you make a summation, yeah, for each of the data and the line, ya, jadi kalau adik, ya, so for example, this is the data, ya, and then you can see the deviation between the data point and the line, and then you make a summation of all the lines, yeah, then you have a sum of error, yeah. For example, yeah, you compare the blue line, the green one, and the purple one, and the computer will stop when, yeah, the sum of error for my tree become minimum. Jadi cuma gitu aja, ya. Very easy. I think Pak Tani already explained also, ya. So, yeah, this is, yeah, I will skip, I will not ini. So to strengthen your faith, what do you do? Apa yang Tuhan kasih ke kita, Tuhan saya jadi agama, nggak boleh. Nggak ada pantas-pantasnya. Bukan, kita dikasih ujian. Habis itu sampai suatu titik, aduh, saya terserah Tuhan aja dah, gitu ya. Udah nggak berani-berani lagi dah, gitu. Nah, itu. Ya, jadi begitu. Makanya tadi si Jika bilang ujian apa lagi nih, Dit? Kan? Kasih ujian. Habis itu, saya udah surrender with the ini. Okay, so I will give you a data point, a data, yeah, so that we can, yeah, I will jump from theory to practice, so you can internalize the regression. So I will share the data here. Mana? Sorry. Chat box. Ya. File. And then apa namanya? Ini. Sorry. Kenapa ini? Jangan dong. Kepencet terus. Marketing data. Okay, I will give you this data for you. You can open it. Yeah, you download to your machine. Meanwhile, you also please open the RStudio. Also opening my RStudio. It's a beautiful software, yeah. Oh, I like RStudio, ya. Coba bayangin, dia mempermudah orang, ya kan? Hebat ya, gratis. Itu. Oke. Don't save. I will clean up my ini. Yeah. So have you downloaded the data? Standard? Rudy? Yeah, you can download the data. Yeah, Batis? Yeah. Okay, please download. Yeah. So, mana ini? I will open it also. So this is a hypothetical data. Yeah. So for example, yeah, we have this kind of data. Yeah. At the X, yeah, so we have 4 different columns: YouTube, Facebook, newspaper, and sales. Yeah. YouTube is in, the first 3 columns are in $1,000. And then let's say that the sales are in $1,000,000. Let's say. And then, yeah, so the number stated here is the marketing spending for a specific time point. Yeah, so for example, oh, at one specific point, yeah, I spent 276,000 dollar in YouTube ads, $45,000 Facebook, and then 83,000 dollar on advertisement on Quora, on newspaper. And then it turns out that I received 26.52 billion sales. Let's say like that. Yeah. Now, yeah, I will start with something easy. Yeah. My model, yeah, I will start only with the YouTube first. Yeah, my model is like this. Yeah, YouTube spending, yeah, has mana gini? Yeah, has positive relationship with sales. Yeah, so I will do only that. I will only prove my hypothesis is, let's say, H1, yeah, apa YouTube spending has gimana sih? Has gimana? Has positive relationship with sales. I would like to apa? Ya, prove this statement. Ya, what should I do? What should I do? Scooby-Doo. You open, yeah. You formulate your hypothesis. You come to the field and collect the data on YouTube spending and sales, and then you come, yeah, you analyze the data. As easy as that. Yeah. So let's now try to play around with the apa? The RStudio. Yeah. Okay. So share. Ya, RStudio mana? RStudio. First, ya, the ritual is to, bentar, saya buka dulu contekan saya. Open with, open with. Ya, so first, like usual, what do you do there? Make a new R script. Okay, file, new file, R script. Pop. You file, and then you file, and then R script. Okay? And then, yeah, you set the working directory. Set working. Gak jalan? Kenapa ya? Oke. Dar, stop share. Boyot ya? Oh, man. Oh. Ya, macet, terjadi kemacetan di Gandong. Ya, gimana industri 4.0? Kalau kita industri 4.0 kacau loh. Internetnya aja mandek. Nanti signalnya yang masuk ke mobil kamu 15 detik lagi baru merespon, kan kacau. Orang internetnya mandek. But, okay, I will change this. Okay. So, just a moment. Halo, adik, bisa lihat? Okay, yeah. So I will set the working folder. You can already make a new R script, yeah. Set working folder. Yeah, and then yeah, like usual session, and then new session. Yeah, and then kok ya sorry salah, bukan new session, sorry. Aduh, sorry. Session and then set working directory ya, and then choose directory. Place the directory to your ini. Ya, in my case, I'm using simple explanatory regression marketing. Open, ya, and then ya I'm already in the folder. Ya, I will apa? Copy my code to the console, sorry, to the source. Okay. So yeah, I think this is standard, pretty much standard, yeah. So I will copy paste the code for you also. First, the first thing is to do preparation, yeah. And then secondly, yeah, what I would like to do is to prepare the library. Yeah, I will 0.2. Yeah, the library that I am going to use is tidyverse, broom, ggplot, and car. Yeah. So if you haven't installed it yet, you can install it. But if you already have it, then you can just activate it. Yeah, so I will copy paste this. Yeah. So I will copy paste my code to your to the chat box. Please ensure that all the library is already installed and already activated in your machine. Yeah. So I will need tidyverse, broom, ggplot, and car. Yeah. If you like, you can run it, but because I already installed it, I will not install it again. So I will just activate my library. Okay. Please install the library. So I will wait for a while because it may take some time. Dah, semua udah dapat? Everyone is already having the packages activated? Tadi udah? Lagi so. Tidak, Pak. Sudah aktif. Lagi. Ya. Which one? One. You are not Baptist or not? Okay, everyone is already having the packages activated, yeah, I assume, yeah. And then of course the third one will be, yeah, importing the data. Very easy, yeah, you just import. So I like to number my code so it becomes tidy like table of content, yeah. I already need, yeah. So what I would like to do, yeah, 0.3 upload the required data. Yeah, I think you are already mastering it. Yeah, you go to environment and then you import data set, and then I like to use from text read art. Yeah, and then you browse. Yeah, and then go to marketing data. Sorry, marketing data, and then open. Huh? Okay, and then import. Here you are. You will have the data with you. Okay?
Tadi importnya from apa, Pak?
Import, maksud adik, from in text file. So it is, and then you go, sorry, environment tab, and then you import data set from text. Yeah, read R, and then you browse. And then you go marketing data, click, and then open it. Yeah, so if CSV, it means you have to import it from a text file. If the ending of the file extension XLS, then you okay, then you import. Pap. Nah, okay, very easy. I think you already, yeah, intinya hidup ini pengulangan aja kok. Ada padahal ada Bu Siti lebih tua dari saya. Lebih muda tadi. Mohon maaf Bu, saya Tapi ya sama, mau ngaji, mau main sepeda, mau main gitar, main piano, ngulang ini. Kalau ngulangnya banyak, master. Kalau baru sekali, bingung, ya biasa namanya sekali. Udah frustasi, ya gimana? Nggak bisa. Ya, rib, ya jadi ini, and then to console. Salah, to source ya. Dah, tapi kan, everybody's already having the marketing data. Okay, yeah. So how to check it? Yeah, you go to environment and then the marketing data is already there. 0.1, 0.2, 0.3. Ah, nice, yeah. What I like, yeah, if I put it this way, yeah, if I click here, it's becoming like ini ya, very tiny. So I like. And of course, in your thesis, usually your supervisor also ask for the code. If already arranged like this, then it's already tidy. Okay, okay. Upload the data. Yeah, view marketing data. Yeah, as you see, you can see, yeah, YouTube budget, Facebook budget, newspaper budget, sales budget. Okay, and then next, yeah, what I would like to do, yeah, is exactly like I am, what, like our theoretical explanation, yeah, here, okay. So you can see, yeah, what is a regression analysis? In principle, regression analysis is, yeah, an interpolation, yeah, of each of the data, yeah. So interpolation line within the dotted data. So that's exactly what we are going to do. Yeah. So okay, so I will do data exploration and make a scatter plot between YouTube ads and sales. Yeah. Okay, let's go. 1, 2, pap. Ya. Ini adalah program yang paling indah di dunia. I like it. Ya. Yang kedua adalah Street Fighter. Mana nih? Ya. So I will copy paste my code for you. Ya, you can ask me anything ya. Tanya aja. Tapi catatannya saya belum tentu bisa jawab. Ya, kalau saya nggak bisa jawab, terus saya mau ngapain? Bilang aja nggak bisa. Yang saya bisa, saya share. Yang nggak bisa, saya nggak share. Ya. So here, we make a GG plot. Ya, a plot, a scatter plot with the data. Ya, data equal marketing data. This should be like this. To make it more tidy. Data equal marketing data. And then the x-axis is YouTube. Right? The y-axis is sales. Yeah, here one. And then geom point means scatter plot. And then labs mean the title of the x-axis and the y-axis. X is spending on YouTube ads. And then Y is sales. And then I give the title, the relationship between YouTube spending and sales. Ah. And then I make geom smooth. Top. Adalah bagian dari pencarian. Ya. Itu keluar kesimpulan, saudara. Very easy ya. Udahlah, jadi tesisnya. Okay, ya. So I make a plot. Ya, ya. So labs ya, geom point is the dot, and then I also make a line, geom smooth method LM linear ya. Oke, gimana, ada pertanyaan? So data exploration, after I do the data exploration, yeah, if I go back to the ini ya, so it's exactly like the theory ya. So I make the dot, the x-axis is the advertisement budget in terms of YouTube, and then the y-axis is the sales. And I make interpolation line. Ah, beautiful. And so this is the scatter plot that we got. Okay. Now we have the line, but in theory, yeah, the line is actually, yeah, we make a line. Yeah, the line of best fit minimizes the total sum of square of the vertical deviation for each piece. So the line, yeah, so there is a data point and the line, data point and the line, data point and the line, data point and the line. Yeah. So the computer in our code, yeah, try to make a line such that each of the distance between each data point and the line, if you make a summation, yeah, of all the data point, the deviation between the data point and the line becomes minimized. Yeah, so actually they can also do it this way, this way, this way, this way, but the computer already quote unquote optimizing it so that the line minimizes the distance between each of the data point to this. Yeah, very easy. Yeah. Nah. Yeah. So here we have the dependent variable y, the independent variable x, yeah, and then the line can be represented by a mathematical equation y equal, yeah, alpha plus alpha 0 x1. Yeah, so this line can be represented as a mathematical equation, yeah, like this. Yeah. the equation of the best fitting line. Yeah, so I will read. Yeah, a line that fits the data best will be one for which the n predicted errors, one for each observed data point, are as small as possible in some overall sense. Yeah, so this is the equation y equal b0 b1 x1. Yeah, in which the line will minimizes, yeah, the prediction error or the delta between the predicted value using the equation and the actual line. Yeah, such that this will be the equation. Yeah, for univariate dependent variable y equal a constant plus constanta times independent variable, yeah, plus error. Yeah, so what the computer will do is they will try to find a number for b null and beta null and beta 1 such that the error terms become minimized. Yeah. So that simple linear regression equation provides an estimate of the population regression line. So let's make the equation. Yeah, very easy. So how to make the equation? So I will copy paste my code. So I do this early in the morning. Bangun tidur, ku terus. Ya, betul itu coding. Saya nggak mandi dulu, saya coding dulu, memastikan kodenya berhasil. Kalau saya kode di depan salah, saya frustasi, ada yang akan lebih frustasi kan. Jadi kan tugas saya menyuntikkan confidence ke kalian. Ayo, saya aja bisa. Gini doang, gua bisa dia. Itu bagus. Saya coding dulu. Udah kira-kira ada harapan sukses, baru saya mandi. Kalau nggak ada harapan sukses, ya nggak mandi. Saya langsung aja masuk kelas. Ya, lebih penting kelas daripada mandi. Data exploration. Ya, so how to ini? I already ini ya. Run a simple regression analysis. Yeah, actually, so I will copy paste, but actually the equation is really not that difficult. Ya. Saya udah copy paste yang ini ya, dot plot ya. Ya. Sorry, salah. Sorry. Kenapa jadi gini lagi ya? Sorry. Ini. So in terms of coding, the code is really simple. Yeah. So the model marketing YouTube sales.lm model, yeah, this is a new object that I will create, equals linear model with the formula of sales. Sales is independent for the dependent variable equivalent to this is the dependent variable. Yeah. So this is the sales is the y or the y axis. The YouTube is the x-axis, and with the data of marketing data. So that's the only code for linear regression. Yeah. So if I run this pub, and then if I this I will have this intercept. Yeah. So if I run my code like this, yeah, I will have an intercept of 8.439 and YouTube constant of 0.04754. Yeah, so such that the equation of sales can be estimated as so this is 8.439 is becoming the intercept, and then 0.04754 becoming the constant of YouTube. Very easy, very easy, simple. So I will copy paste my code to you, for you. Yeah, but if you would like to have the summary, the overall the overall output of the ini, you can run also summary and then the regression model. If I run it,
This will came out. Ya,
Itu kan ada Gion underscore smooth method baru Excel itu apa?
saya juga nggak tahu Coba kalau true coba ya. Apa? Standar error. Kalau true gimana coba?
nanti muncul.
Coba kita lihat true yuk. Tuh ada pakai itu. True aja, lebih cakep. Saya suka visualisasi. Karena visualisasi itu membuat ya
Kalau
tidak
itu
abstrak.
berarti linear ya Pak?
Gimana deh?
LM itu linear.
LM linear model. Ada juga nanti yang ekspon.
Kuadratik.
Ada, tapi kita nggak bahas. Ini standar errornya berarti ini tadi kata Pak Akhirul. Kan gini ya, set ada garis tengah, biasanya median, and then ada standar. Ini bandnya. Okay. So now you got already the equation ya. So I will copy paste also the ini. Ini mah cepat selesai nih. Alhamdulillah. Kalau cepat selesai kita adakan exercise. Iya dong. Biar jagoan harus exercise. Kalau enggak jagoan. Kalau cuma nonton saya doang mah pulang udah lupa. Harus latihan dong. Nah, ya. So if I I type the code of summary, then we have the output ya. The output the complete output of the regression result. Maybe a bit like in SPSS, ya. Mirip-mirip.
Yes.
So how to read it? Tadi udah dibilang katanya di Pak Sandi udah dikajarin. Di mana bacanya? Residual. Ya, residual means the distance between the actual value and the regression line. Yeah, and then you populate all, and then this is the minimum value of the residual, and this is the maximum value. This is the median, and then this is the first quartile, and then the third quartile. We can see the first quartile is the minimum value of residual is -10, meaning that the actual value minus the predicted value is -10 at maximum. Maximum value is 8.65, meaning that the maximum distance between the actual value and the line or the predicted value, the maximum is 8. The middle point is minus 0.22. The first quality is minus 2.3, and the third quality is 2.48, which means roughly it is quite balanced, because the first quartile and then the second quartile is pretty much the same. The difference, there's a mini difference between the minimum and maximum. So that's the meaning of residual value. Very easy. So I also type the so here mana ini? So I go down. So if I type summary, so this output will come, and then this is the so residual, the difference between the actual and the predicted value. And then going downwards, this will be the coefficient or the constanta of the regression equation. So if I, yeah, if I copy paste this, just a moment. Yeah. Just, here, yeah. So this is the intercept, 8.439. Sales equal 8.439. Plus, this is the constant of YouTube, 0.04. YouTube plus 0.475. Yeah. This is the estimate, and then this is the standard error. Yeah. Very easy peasy. Ya. Sebenarnya cuma gitu aja. What's the meaning of easy peasy, Dit? Ya. Easy peasy, sayur brokoli. Brokoli. Ya. Very easy. Remember our previous ini ya theoretical model. This is ya. YouTube ya. YouTube. And then apa lagi, Dek? And then sales ya. This is the ya. Oh, sorry. Nah, kan kurang lebih gini ya. Ini YouTube. And then sales. Ya. And then apa lagi? Garis mana? Oh, ini. Shape outline. Ya. Each one. Ya. And then the hypothesis, each one ya equals YouTube spending has positive correlation with sales. Ya, tinggal dilihat ya. So how to prove this? Ya, you see from this. Ya, this is the T statistics. A higher T value suggests that coefficient is significantly different from 0. A very high T values indicating they are significant. Yeah, so you can see from the T value, but more importantly is this P value. Yeah, so here we can see that the P value is 2 times 10 minus 16, which are extremely small, indicate that the coefficient are highly statistically significant. Yeah, with 3 stars. 3 stars mean here. Yeah, 1, 2, 3. Very significant. P under 0.001. Yeah, usually only 1 star is already enough for social science. This is usually for medical research. Ya, yang pakai mencit itu dikasih aspirin, kasih apa? Ya kan? Meaning that 99, if I'm not mistaken, 95%. 95, ya. 99.9% confidence so much. Yeah, if there are 3 stars, very significant. Yeah, if only 2 stars, 99% only. If only 1 star, 95% significant. Easy, yeah? Easy. Now, the R squared. What is R squared? Fitnessnya gimana? Ya ngangkat barbel gitu jadi fitness.
Jadi itu kan kita pada data waktu berapa sesuai dia sama garis linear regresi yang kita ambil.
Ya, so fitness, okay. So R squared, yeah, I will explain it. Yeah, so R squared in terms of yeah, in terms of mathematical representations like this. Yeah, so you have, yeah, usually you have a specific this is a, let's say this is a regression interpretation. Yeah, this is the regression line, the purple one. And then the dot, the black dot is the actual value. And then the blue line is the average value of all the Y data point. Ngerti ya? So if you average all the Y data point, then you have an average, that's average value, the Y bar. Yeah, so that is, yeah, the Y bar. Yeah, and then actually that is quote unquote the dumbest estimation that you can do. Jadi estimasinya gimana? Pakai aja rata-ratanya, kan? Dumbest ini. But yeah, if you have a regression, and there is a distance between the dumbest estimation value and the actual data point, which is the total sum of square. Yeah. Now the problem is if we use regression, yeah, how much error can we decrease from the total? Ngerti nggak? So this is total value of error is equal the delta between the average to regression line, which is SSR. Yeah, you can see the Y hat is the regression line, the Y bar is the mean. Yeah, so yeah, the difference, the regression sum of square, and then the error sum of square, which is the difference between the dot and the regression line. Ya, jadi total error is the distance between the dot, the dot and the average line, which consists of two components. First is the regression sum of square, and then the SSE, the error sum of square. R square is actually SSR divided by SST. Yeah, so I will copy paste here. Mana ini? So you can see, yeah. So R square is SSR divided by SST, which means SSR divided by SST, which means how many variants can be explained using the regression. So if 80%, meaning that the error is only 20%. If 99%, the error is 1% using the regression line. If 50%, then so that is the graphical intuition of R square. Yeah. So if compared to the error between the actual value of the data and the mean value, berapa sih daya ungkitnya dia sehingga ini gitu. Ngerti ya? Jadi kalau 90% ya berarti regression ini. Kalau 0, how about R square equal 0 dit? It means that the prediction it has no difference, like as if we are using only the mean value. Ngerti ya? Jadi the larger the R square, the closer the regression line to the. Jadi 80%, 90% itu maknanya. Very easy ya. Very easy. Sayangnya kenapa dulu pas saya kuliah saya nggak ngerti ini. Sometimes, ya itu benar ya. Katanya kamu belajar lebih keras ketika kamu mengajar, benar itu. Karena kalau saya ini nggak ngerti, saya setengah aja. Kayak kucingnya juga. Jadi saya harus memaksa diri saya supaya sedikit mengerti. Kalau enggak, cengok. Ya. So in terms of this, the R square is 0.699 0.6119, meaning that, yeah, if we go back to here, yeah, so approximately, yeah, if I make this, so sorry, I copy paste 0, yeah, 0.699 is like pretty much like here lah. Yeah, such that the SSR is, yeah, 60, and then the SSE is 40. Itu ya. Gampang ya? Ciki-ciki ini mah. Ah. Gimana? Mana dokter gigi? Dokter gigi, gimana? Gampang? Bisa ya? Oke. Anak. Ya, gampang. Kalau belum bisa, berarti ya belum ketemu aja. Bukan kita yang nggak bisa, tapi belum ketemu. Sama saya juga. Anak saya juga sama. Oh, untuk piano 3 tahun. Begitu ketemu guru yang pas, bukan kita yang bodoh, bukan. Nah, apapun. Oke. So I think that's it. Yeah. So yeah. So this is the apa? The residual, this is the constant. Yeah, this is the yeah, 0.6 is not that strong, yeah. It's about, yeah, at least 90 or 95. Okay, very easy. Why the time is running out? Kemarin apa lagi yang kemarin? Oh, assumption checking ya. Kemarin assumption checking. Belum. Tapi nyampe sini kan kemarin. Ya, for one variable. Okay, now actually in doing regression line there are several assumption check that has to be yeah, have to be confirmed when you do regression. First is linearity. Yeah, the assumption in doing the linear regression, of course, the assumption is there is a linear relationship between x and y. But sometimes when you plot, it's not linear. There's curve linear. That's why we have to plot this. Okay, so I will do also together with you step by step assumption check. Okay, the first one will be mana tadi? Upload pub, data exploration pub, simple regression pub. Kalau pakai angka gini enak nih, lihat tuh. Ya, jadi rapi kayak ini. Saya juga baru kepikiran, dinomerin biar rapi. Oke. Oh, yeah, this is also another plot just to make me happy. Yeah, because sometimes when you see something is displayed, you become happy. Yeah. So this is the ini. Here you can see, yeah. So this is, yeah. So actually, yeah. This is the red line indicates the distance between the actual value and the point is to find the line that minimizes the, okay. So I will copy paste this also for you. Yeah. In here. I copy paste under data exploration if you like. Okay, now we will do the assumption checking, yeah. Okay. First check, yeah. Linearity. What it means? The relationship between the independent variable and dependent variable is linear. How to check? Plot the observed data point and fitted regression line. Yeah, so I will do the first the first assumption check. Okay. Enter. And then assumption check linearity. Yeah, I also write the comment. What it means, the relationship between independent okay. It's linear. How to check? Plot the observed data point and fitted regression line. Yeah, actually, we already do that. Yeah. So I will copy paste it for you. Enter, pop. Yeah. We already do this, yeah. So we can see there is a linear, yeah. Pretty much, yeah, you can see roughly linear, yeah, between the dependent and. So this is the first check. Copy paste for you. Paham? Yeah. And then we confirm, by seeing the plot, we confirm that the first assumption is indeed fulfilled. Yeah. And then how to check, we can also alternatively examine the scatter plot of residual against predictor. There should be no pattern. Yeah. So the second way that we can do to check the assumption is to see. Yeah, so I will copy paste the code. Just a moment. And if I run it, here. Yeah. What is this? What is this? Yeah. So I plot the residual. What is residual? Yeah. Residual is actually the distance, the one that I told you before. The distance between the actual value and the line. It's residual. So I plot the y-axis the residual, and then the x-axis is the fitted value, and see whether there is a pattern. Yeah. Actually, ideally, yeah, the residual should be evenly distributed along the x-axis. Yeah, here is the larger the spending, the larger the error. Yeah, meaning it's not that ideal. Ya, ideally, kalau idealnya ini residualnya mau ininya besar, mau ininya kecil, errornya tetap sama distribusinya. Nah, kalau ini kan semakin ke sana semakin besar. Dan jangan lupa sebenarnya tidak ideal. Tapi at least saya udah tahu caranya. Ya, so I will copy paste this. Nah, how to check first assumption, linearity. Why stop share? Resume. Kenapa ini? What happened? Aduh. Linearity, jangan. Pap, copy paste. Aduh, kebanyakan. Oh, yang sebelumnya udah ya. Tinggal yang ini aja ya. So I will copy paste only the second one because the second method. Aduh, banyak juga ya. Pap, coba keluar nggak kayak gini ya. Ini ngeplot residual dan ini. Gimana deh? Apa ya? Oh, tadi yang apa? Jadi gitu. Oh. On the way. Very good. Yeah, so this is the residual. Okay. Now the second assumption check. Yeah. Independence of error. Yeah, the residual error are independent of each other. Mean that the value of one error doesn't depend of each other. Yeah. So for independence of error, meaning that ya yang tadi sebenarnya ya. Jadi errornya ini tidak the error value is not depending on the value of the predictor. For example, the smaller the predictor is, or the smaller the independent variable is, the larger the independent variable value is, the error value distribution will be approximately the same. But we can also, actually this plot can also be used But we can also use apa? Durbin Watson test. Yeah, so I also already look for you. Yeah. So here, just a moment. Yeah, how to check independent. Yeah, so for assumption check 2, so I will fold the ini. Cakep ya. I like beautiful code. Ya. Nah, kalau dilempit-lempit kayak buku dia. Pap. Ya kan? Cucok rowo, ya kan? Pap. Kopi. Pap. Ini Darwin Watson. Aduh, kebanyakan nih. Ntar. Oh, I will copy only here until here. Just a moment. Ya. So how to check the independence of error? Yeah, I use Durbin Watson test. Pop. Yeah, so run. So if I run here, pop, yeah, there will be a Durbin Watson value generated, and the Durbin Watson value for my case is 1.934. Yeah, and here below I also give a comment. Yeah, Durbin Watson value range. The Durbin Watson statistic ranges from 0 to 4. Yeah. Durbin Watson approximately near to 2 is ideal and suggests that there is no auto correlation in the residual. Yeah. So the ideal value is the Durbin Watson value should be nearby 2. Yeah. If it is below 2, indicates there is positive autocorrelationship. Yeah, residual are positively correlated. The error for one observation is likely to be similar to the error to the next one. Yeah, DW greater than 2, negative correlation. Yeah, the ideal value for a Durbin-Watson value is close to 2, typically between 1.5 and 2.5. Yeah, our value is 1.9, which means that, yeah, for the auto correlation test, yeah, independence of error, yeah, we are it is a proof lah, yeah, we can use regression analysis. Okay, so I copy paste the Durbin Watson. Kenapa selalu saya bilang wah ini bakal cepat tapi tetap aja offside ya, selalu loh, nggak tahu, estimasi saya nggak begitu bagus sudah ya, why ya. Nah, saya bagi 2 komen. Nah, okay, so you can copy paste to your code as an additional comment. Ya. Okay, linearity, the second, first assumption. The second assumption is independence of error. The third assumption in conducting linear regression is third is homocedasity. The residual have constant variance across all level of independent variable. Ya, nah ini sebenarnya tadi udah dites ya pakai yang tadi yang residual versus independent variable. The distribution should be similar. Yeah, but nevertheless, I also already make a code. Yeah, so here, yeah, for you, so you just can plug and play. Really easy peasy. Benar kan yang tadi ya. Jadi autocorrelation ya, homocedasity indicates ya. So the homocedasity requirement require the regression analysis ideally if we enlarge the value or we decrease the value of the fitted value, the residual distribution will be the same, not like this.
So this is a bit not ideal. Okay, so here I copy paste. Homokedacity 31, 32, 33. Yeah, so now the fourth assumption is are there any other assumption? Normality of error. The residual are normally distributed. How to check? We can use histogram or you use QQ plot of residual. Yeah, or we can also apply Shapiro-Wilk test. Yeah, so how to do that? Yeah, I will copy paste my code for you. Normality of error. Yeah, first using histogram of residual. Yeah, so here what I do is I make a histogram of this residual. Yeah, and see whether the shape of the residual distribution is indeed bell shape atau sesuai dengan kurva normal. So this is so pretty much it's like normal, this is bell shape. So if it's bell shape, then it is okay. Yeah, even though it's not perfectly bell shape. This is one method. I will copy paste for you. Yeah, the second method to check the normality of error is using QQ plot. Ya, QQ adalah semacam kartu, ya, kartu QQ. Walaupun saya nggak tahu juga itu apa tuh kartu QQ itu. Ya. Nah, QQ plot like this. Yeah, I will not explain the code one by one due to the time, but maybe bisa merelung dan meratap kenapa saya berada dalam ini. Ya. So this So here, so using the QQ plot, if the dotted data is approximately nearby the red line, it means the distribution of the residual is pretty much normal. So here we can see that indeed the dotted values is lies on top of the so for checking normality error, you can pick only one, you can pick only two. It's an option, but I give you all method that I know. And then the third one is Shapiro-Wilk. I copy paste also. Shapiro-Wilk. Oh, Shapiro. Yan. Hebat ya orang sana ya, sampai Shapiro aja mikirin. Ya kan? So this Shapiro-Wilk normality test, as you can see at the bottom ini, so I use Shapiro test, to see the distribution of marketing data of the residual, and then the value, the p-value is 0.2.133. If the p-value is greater than 0.05, you fail to reject the null hypothesis, indicating that the residual are normally distributed. But if the value is less than 0.05, you reject the null hypothesis, indicating that the residual are not normally distributed. So our value is greater here, p-value 0.21 is greater than 0.05, which means we fail to reject the null hypothesis, indicating that the residual are normally distributed. So I will also give the code. Key belum? Okay. Very easy. Ah. T3, 3, 4. Normality of error. Okay. And then actually, dah nafas dulu aja. Ya, saya aja yang ngomong terus aja, aduh, ngos-ngosan ya kan, apalagi yang menerima resipien. Yeah, so we have already in 4. Yeah, but actually there is another assumptions, but this is for multiple regression. Multiple regression meaning that the y value has several, not only one, yeah, independent variable. So if you have multiple independent variable or multiple regression, there is one other assumption which is multicollinearity, meaning that all the independent variable are not correlated one another. Yeah, for example apa? For example, yeah, what is multicollinearity? For example, yeah, you make a hypothesis like this, pretty much. So insert. Mana sih? Kalau kotak, ini kotak. For example, yeah, this is wealth. Yeah, wealth apa level. And then, for example, apa income per year. Income per year. And then, for example, yeah, this is the apa academic performance. Yeah, suppose that you are building a hypothesis like this. Yeah, it could very well likely that the wealth level and income per year are indicating they have a big overlap, such that yeah, these two variables are redundant. But how big is the redundancy? We use PIF test. Yeah, so if the PIF test is greater than 10, then it means that this one of these two variable has to be dropped. Yeah, but I think I will leave. My principle is I only share the simple one. The difficult one is for my student. Okay? So that's it, regression. Main ya? Gimana, bisa nggak? Oh, udah. Jadi grafik macam-macam nih. Dan bisa ditempel di tempat tidur supaya cepat tidur. Oh. Yeah. So how is it? Mulai. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Oh, belum absen lagi ya? Okay, attendance ya. So I think that's it for today, univariate. I will give you an assignment. Tadi ada aja tuh udah bukan tapi sebab gitu. Tadi ada yang udah 4 banget gitu ya. Ya apa-apa. That's life, man. Nggak apa-apa ya. Jadi I will give you an assignment. Please make a regression analysis, but not simple simple regression. Yeah, you have this data set. The one that we use is only YouTube, but please also use YouTube. Yeah, YouTube, Facebook, and newspaper. Yeah, you make combination such that it creates a model with the highest R square.
Yeah, so it could be that your proposed hypothesis is YouTube and Facebook only, or YouTube and newspaper only, or Facebook and newspaper only. Yeah, or YouTube, Facebook, and newspaper, three of them. Yeah, so you give me one model that will give us the highest R square. Okay, please. Yeah, yeah. So you do apa? Bukan multivariate, multiple regression. Yeah. So that's your assignment. Please make a presentation, 15-minute presentation in a group. Yeah. So like usual, the ritual, yeah, one group will present at the beginning. Ritual, ya kan? Nah. Yeah, and also if there's any one of you who would like to do it alone, please feel free. Negara bebas, merdeka. Tidak ada masalah. Saya pengen supaya saya ngerti, saya pengen sendiri. Kalau ini takut malas, ya boleh. Why not? Yeah, I will give the description of the assignment as soon as possible. But if until tomorrow night I don't give ini, please remind me ya. Sometimes, many times I forgot things. Al-Ghazali, Alif ada ya? Reza ada ya? Reza, UPK ada, Cindy ada, Rani. Amira yang mana ya? Gue lihat saya. Oh ada. Ya, sorry ya saya sering lupa. Akhirul apa? Zika ada. Lutfia, oh Hana. Nanda mana? Oh Ade. Bu Haji. Ramada. Lumayan lah. Doanya manjur satu pertemuan. Pertemuan berikutnya ada art lagi. Kerja harus semua lagi. Ramada. Oh adik. Melisa ada, Tarigan. Buza, oh ini Buza ada. Karima. Oke. Anasya. Oh adik. Ya. Azizah ada. Bu Siti. Bu Malika ya. Faisal. Bu Rudi, Sander is not here ya. Usually he come. Yasin. No Yasin? No Tom. Rudi and Batis. That's it. Okay. So the one who's not present, Faisal, Sander, Yasin. Okay. Okay, thank you very much. See you next week, hopefully. Bye-bye. Thank you. Yo, thank you.